Okay. All right. So I think that's fine enough. What's up, everybody? It's Francisco, Panthers historian. And what the heck is this? What is this big giant thing here? Whoops. That's probably from my other streaming stuff. Whoopsie daisies. I'm still trying to figure this out. I had to start a separate account for this thing. Whatever. Anyways, Florida Panthers. Another victory on home ice. This time to the New York Islanders. Very quick double meetup for these teams already. But 3-2 is the score. Some good things to say about this game. Some bad things as well, but we'll try not to linger too much about that. I'll just get it out of the way. The power play is still not working, and they've got to figure. I mean, they will figure this out. This team cannot be so inept and incompetent with regards to it that it'll last an entire season. They're gonna figure it out. It's just a matter of when, and if that happens, then the floodgates will truly open, because this team is still dominating 5-on-5 in pretty much all of the games that they've been in. Even that Lightning game, which I didn't do a post-game show for that. I'm basically just doing it for victories now, because you get sad, you got pissed off. Man, my buddy's a Lightning fan, and we just went at it after the game, roasting each other and each other's teams. But at the very least, the Panthers are on par with Tampa toe-to-toe 5-on-5, but it's special teams that's been killing them. Not only in that rivalry, but in pretty much other games. This one, that power play unit, it's still not working, and well, we'll see. Hopefully, Paul Maurice can figure something out. That, man, it's just such a strange thing. I don't know if there's anything like it in NHL history. Probably would have to look that up. But it's you can tell when they go on the power play, the reactions of the crowd, it doesn't lie. Everybody knows, and everybody's just like, oh boy, here we go again, guys, please. And it's just, they just don't look cohesive. Chickens with their heads cut off at times, and it's just far and away their weakest side of play. But okay, we got that out of the way. Once again, the rants with regards to the power play unit, and let's get to the good stuff. So this game, so the Panthers pop out to a 2-0 lead. Anton Lundell with a nifty snapshot, unassisted goal. 39 seconds into the game, I'm liking the Panthers really getting on the horses and going after it early on in games, not letting goaltenders get comfortable, for sure. So that's always a welcome sign. It's a carryover from last season at some points. And the Panthers are winning games differently this time. And this is a 3-2 score. We're not seeing these massive blowouts like before, but they're close. And I think once they get the power play going, then we'll start seeing 4 or 5 goal games, because they'll at least try and capitalize. They're drawing a lot of penalties, which is really nice to see. I think that's another. I mean, if it's any consolation with regards to failing power plays, that they seem to be drawing a lot of them. So something's got to give eventually with that. They're getting a lot of shots, a lot of chances. Maybe not shots, not shots as far as shots at the net, but they're getting a lot of chances to try and figure this thing out. And hopefully by April, they will. But yeah, so Lundell with the first goal of the game. And then, and I'm sure everybody's, Paul Maurice is currently talking right now. In fact, can I get this? Hold on. Let me experiment just a little bit and see if we can hear what he's saying.
Kind of a grinding game. So pretty good. You're going to want to put some pucks in the net on some of the chances.
Get my audio properties up here. This is a new thing I'm trying. This is on the fly, folks.
Huge value in holding 1-goal leads in third periods.
Power play and penalty kill played a massive role.
Yeah.
What are your biggest takeaways in regards to special teams?
Well, we got some work to do. I mean, the finding a way when it's not going is the most important piece to this. It's not, if we were snapping around and scoring goals and winning on our power play, I wouldn't sleep any.
Hey, Soda Boy, doing something a bit different today. Covering hockey.
Those are a little bit unusual.
I'll get back to Mario. Don't worry later on.
I like the blocks on the PK for the most part. I think we came up with 21 blocks in the game, which is a bit different for our group. And
that was something I noticed in the Lightning game, was that the Panthers with
but I'm not particularly concerned about
shots.
What kind of boost did Lombard give you guys? Scoring there 50 seconds.
It was going to be one of those kind of broken plays, puck quick to the net. We're probably a little slow at getting pucks to the net, but just a little bit of a cushion short-lived before we got in the penalty box again. But that's the game winner.
That third line turning forechecking into offense with.
Yeah, and I didn't get to Lomberg's goal, which was
the game in the island, right? It's the exact same idea with Lusteranen's tip in the slot after a Lundell forecheck. What I like the most about it is young players don't necessarily see that as a major part of the game, right? They're playmakers and shooters by the time, but the idea of creating offense from a hard forecheck, so when they've done it, they've gotten some good action. So I think that's the...
Yeah, forwards going in hard.
But turning them into some hard forechecking players will round their game out.
I mean, even before that Lombard goal, that fourth line was really important in the defensive zone. What have you seen from them so far this season?
They make smart, hard plays on the walls, which is the key piece to being good in your own end. I mean, 80% of this game is played within 3 feet of the board, so if you can be strong on those walls, you can play well. And they put pucks deep and they forecheck. So their minutes are nowhere near where I'd like them to get to. But we've just had, on both sides, so many. I mean, you're about 12 minutes of power play in the first. There's just so many minutes.
That's actually pretty astute.
Lots of faith in that line that they can play more, and once things settle down and the numbers usually come down on the power play penalty kill, we'll get them out there more.
This is a results-based business. You got 4 wins in the first 6 games.
I am based on the concern that we had coming in and then losing Aaron.
I think that Boston game was
a driving force on special teams as well. It's not coming back soon, so there's no sense lamenting that. But very pleased with the way we've defended. Like I said, we gave up 13 even strength shots against an NHL team tonight without Aaron, with 2 kind of young guys in that lineup. I'm pleased with the back end, probably more than anything, the way they're playing.
Thank you.
Panthers win it by a final of 3-2. A nice team.
So yeah, and Gustav Forsling is their best defenseman right now. He's looking really good, and he's stepping up for sure. A lot of fans are noticing it on Panthers Twitter, which I'm glad. I've loved Gustav's game since he came up with Florida, and he's only rounded up much better. And now that Ekblad's gone, he'll be getting all those. He'll be saddled with Ekblad's workload, I'm going to assume, and he's looking good. So, all right, game stats. Florida 32 on 25 with regards to shots on goal. Face-off percentage, Panthers won that one 51%. 0 for 4 on the power play. Yes. And killed off 4 of the Islanders' penalties and gave up 2. So, once again, Florida winning 5 on 5. And look, 2 for 6, okay, but I feel like there's a lot of momentum and stuff with regards to that. And one of the Islanders' goals were, especially that one on 5 on 3. I mean, what else could you do? So there you go. The Islanders had a 5 on 3 power play, which gave them one of their goals, and they got the other one. So and as far as and good thing the Panthers killed off the following after the 5 on 3. So that really helped with their momentum. And Panthers 12 penalty minutes. I mean, so there you go, to 8 for the Isles. The Islanders 29-9 with regards to hits. So the Panthers are still not as physical as other teams, and that was also evident, I think, in the Lightning game. And Islanders 20 blocks to Florida's 9, and that was also something that I noticed that the Lightning do very, very often, is block a ton of shots, and the Islanders did it today. But the Panthers throw everything but the kitchen sink out there, so they just keep on shooting. And 11-8 with regards to giveaways, the Owls over the Panthers in that one. The Panthers with 7 takeaways, and New York with 5. And the shots on goal, so Florida 15-10, and then 7 as the Islanders put up a few more in that third period. And that was there and that. And yeah, at this point, looking good. Matty Tkachuk, I don't believe. Let me see. Hold on. Who's credited with the stuff on the Lomberg goal? I just want to see. Let's see. That was Colin White and Kierstead. Okay, so for the first game in Matty Tkachuk's tenure with the Panthers, he hasn't scored a point, but he's got 8 goals or eight points. Sorry, oh, man, if he had 8 goals, but no, man, the man's still everywhere. He's got 8 points. And that was through the first 5 games, and now the Panthers with their 6th game here. So 8 through 6 games, and that was the best start for a new Florida Panther in franchise history. First 5 games, 8, which over the 7 that Todd Bertuzzi, Christopher Stieg, Brian Campbell, and Jonathan Marchessault had when they joined Florida way back when. Okay. So, I mean, it's pretty much the same story, and throughout these first 6 games now, I think we're getting an idea of what the Panthers are like for this season. And I still believe, once more, that those special teams goals, the power plays, they're going to be coming, and they'll be coming soon, and it'll definitely put them above the rest. So this is actually good news that they're able to win in this fashion, in this manner, in a very grinding type of manner, just to start. We're not seeing those explosion of goals, and we're not also another good thing to note. We're not seeing multiple goal comebacks where they're down 4 goals or more sometimes, and have to literally, figuratively, whatever you want to say, claw their way back. No pun intended. Maybe a little bit. Back to tie up a game or take the lead. So you have to look at it in both ways. This is a different Panther squad, and I hope a lot of people are not assuming that what happened last season, the regular season, is normal. What they did last season was not normal. The most goals scored by a team since the 96 Pittsburgh Penguins. So that's very unusual what the Panthers did last season. And this season, it's a different type of heart attack with regards to winning these grindy games, but I think Paul Maurice, his philosophy is sound. These guys need to learn how to win this type of hockey because it's the type that they'll see in the playoffs. And that Lightning game was pretty evident of that. I think if without Tkachuk's penalty on Kucherov, the Panthers, I mean, that might have gone to a shootout, or they might have had another shot at winning. I'm not sure. Or at least he could have just taken the penalty. I mean, there was a lot of things that went with that. And honestly, that was more of a sending a message type of thing. I was actually okay with losing that game because it was a necessary sacrifice to tell the Lightning that they can go screw themselves. And all Tampa sports, really. I mean, the Buccaneers. Hey, Siri, what was the score of the Buccaneers game? I want to figure that out. They lost to the Panthers, the Carolina Panthers, 21-3. Ooh, that's a good one. That one made me feel really good. Man, I hope the Rays announce their move to Montreal tomorrow just to make that even better. Okay. Anyways, Yeah. So that's good. That was really good. So, yeah. That felt really nice. Actually, the Dolphins game is about to start, so I better log off of here. I think we're done here. I think that's pretty much it. I don't really have much more insight. You're gonna get more insight from me. This is just my cursory view of the game. I gotta start figuring out these advanced stats things. I'm looking at them and I'm just like not a math whiz, and I'm just gonna be like, well, the Panthers, this red circle blob means this. I'm not gonna be that. I'm sorry. I'll try. I'm trying to see if anybody's listening to this. If y'all want to be if y'all want to join me on this, I think I might be able to arrange that somehow, some way. I do my own podcast and stuff like that separate from this, but I'd like to make this a more interactive show for fans. I know Twitter has Twitter Spaces, which is a different way, but I kind of like doing the visual production aspect of it. So this is kind of a fun thing for me. I make all of these things that you see on the screen here. So yeah, and then I also play retro video game music because nobody else does. And yeah, okay. Well, I think that's it for me. Dolphins game is going to be playing, so I'll go watch that and see if I will laugh or cry with regards to that. But the Panthers won. I'm happy. They're off to a hot start, which is good. Let me see what are the other scores today? So let me look on the scorecard on the top. The Sharks are facing the Flyers. The Phillies made the World Series, so people in Philly are having a ball. I don't know how many people were at that game, but that it must be some sort of atmosphere because the Flyers are also hot. So so there you go. Their lone loss was to the Florida Panthers. Okay, so there's that game is going. Then the Blackhawks beat the Kraken. So I was gonna say the Seahawks. Blackhawks versus Seahawks, but Seattle. So they won 5-4 versus Seattle. The Red Wings beat the Anaheim Ducks 5-1. So that does have a bearing on the Panthers and their division, as the Wings are starting off pretty well. They're 3-0-2, 8 points to start the season already. There you go. And yeah, we'll see if Steve Yzerman has resurrected another franchise. Sheesh, man. And the other game, which I guess has some sort of a bearing on the Panthers, but in the future with regards to maybe a wild card spot. Hopefully they're not in that position, but the Blue Jackets defeated the Rangers 5-1. So that is the NHL score. As far as the standings are concerned, the Panthers are secured in second place right now with 9 points. They're 1 point behind Boston, who is 5-1-0 and have 10 points to start the season. The Sabres, early on, but they've got a plus 11 goal differential and are 4-1. We'll see how long this lasts. I don't know. There's weird things are happening this year. Apparently the Tennessee Volunteers are back for some weird reason. So there you go. And yeah, so there's that. And then the Detroit Red Wings are coming up there at the fourth spot in the division, followed by Toronto, who is 4-2-0 with 8 points. Ottawa has 6 points, along with Tampa, and Montreal is they've got 6 points there. And I got to start adding some reverse retro stuff to this. I need to add that new shade of blue that the Panthers are using. I think it's a different shade of blue than they had with the alternates from 2009-ish, to 2009 through 2013. So that I think it's a different shade of blue. I believe it's the blue that shows up on their All-Star Game logo. So there you go with that. And I'm really loving it. I don't know. I haven't bought a Panthers jersey in a while. The last one I got was the Home Reds. But if I could find a replica version of the reverse retros for this season, I will get it, because the authentics are super expensive. I don't know if I can afford that. I'm rambling. Okay, bye everybody. I'm going to listen to Kirby music. Bye. See ya.